Anybody still need those answers from yesterday? Everybody okay? All right. If you would, see if you can try to knock out 1 and 2 here. And gotta do some factoring, same things from yesterday. Step 1, factor. Step 2, cancel. And then step 3, make sure we go where we're undefined. So we're gonna say which values is undefined. That's our x's. There'll be some domain that we cannot use, or x values, and those will make our denominator go to 0. So we do have some factoring to be done here on top and on the bottom. Try to make them not too bad. Some factoring that should come to us okay. Give you a second to get ahead of me. Beautiful day yesterday. Hopefully you got outside. A little chillier this morning, back to that, but I think we're turning the corner. What do you think? I still think there'll be one more snow. I always hold up. We had a snow day in April once. Just came down or in April, so it's still possible. Not that I want one. I'm just inferring. All right, so this top one, we have a plus sign in the second, so that tells us both of them are going to be minus. Factors of 5 that add up to be 6, of course, would be 5 and 1. The bottom one, we have a minus, so one's gonna be minus and one's gonna be plus. So we have factors of 10. And when we have a minus there, we need a difference of that middle term 3. So that's gonna give me 5 and 2. So there's step 1. We got a quick little factor there, okay? I'm just gonna go with step 2. X cannot be what? Can't be positive 5, and can't be negative 2. So we just solve for those denominator binomials. Can't be 5, and it can't be negative 2. And now we're ready to cancel. So we can cancel those guys out. So really our answer is this, and x cannot be 5 and negative 2. Am I moving on to that next one then? I'll give you a little hint on the top for number 2. Let's take out negative x to start with. Take out negative x. Also, you might want to switch it so the x squared plus 6x is first. And then proceed to take out negative x. So when I do that, I'm taking out negative x. I'm going to be left with x minus 6. That gives me a hint. Probably one of these bottom ones is going to be what? Good chance one of them is going to be what? Yeah, real good chance, okay? So we have plus here, which tells me both signs are minus. And really, the only factors of 6 that add up to 7 are 6 and 1, aren't they? So yes. See if you can tell me what x can't be now. And then finish up by green eggs and ham, Sam I am. So remember, we got to solve for those denominators. X cannot be positive 6 or positive 1. And now we're ready to do a little canceling. those boys there. So we're just left with negative x over x minus 1. Don't try to cancel those x's there, they don't. So there's yesterday's stuff. How are we feeling? Okay? Any questions? Hopefully you tried to do some of those problems last night. Can't stress enough, just trying to do cement those problems. I'm not giving you homework for busy work, it's just to try to get that concept in your mind so it stays in there at least till Tuesday. When we're gonna have an assessment. Everybody good there? All right, we do have a couple things to add today, and that is going to be very similar to yesterday, except now we're going to call them equations. Yesterday we were working with expressions, and we just simplified. Today we're going to simplify, but we're going to find a solution. All good, because it's very similar to what we did yesterday. We're going to factor. Okay, we're going to figure out what the denominator makes the denominator go to 0 and eliminate those from our solution set. So x cannot be, we're still going to do that. And then we're just going to solve and check our answer to make sure it does not make that denominator go to 0. So let's go with it. Step 1, we're going to factor this guy. You should like that top factor because it is definitely a simple one for us at this point in our math career. Difference of perfect squares. Now, the only difference between yesterday is we are equal to something. This is an equation. We have an equal sign in there. So we end up solving. So, but we still have step 1. Now, step 2, I'm going to figure out, I know what? X cannot be what? What's going to make that go? Set that equal to 0. X cannot be? That be 5. So we're set there. Now we're ready to go ahead and solve. But before I solve, I can cancel. Boom, boom. Now that's pretty helpful, isn't it? Because all that's left is x plus 5 equals 14. I'm going to minus 5. So I have x equals 9. So I had step 1, factor. Step 2, figure out that. What can't be. Step 3 was solve. Okay. And step 4, I need to check. I need to check that solution. I need to check to make sure it doesn't make the denominator go to 0. Does 9 work? We're going right back up to the original problem now. If I put 9 here, what's 9 minus 5 give me? Gives me 4, so I'm set, right? I'm good. The only thing I'm checking for is to make sure it doesn't go to 0, okay? Good to go. You just solved what? A rational equation. Why is it a rational equation? Well, it's a rational expression that's set equal to a number. So that is a rational equation. That's some good stuff right here, isn't it? All right, let's try another. See if you can follow that. Factor. Figure out what x can't be. Solve. And check your solution. Minus tells me one's minus, one's plus. Factors of 10. I think this is going to be 5. Would you agree? And that's going to be 2. How we doing factoring it? Should be okay with that. X cannot be what? Can't be -2. We're ready to cancel. Stop, stop. X minus 5 equals 7. We will plus 5. And we're going to have X at 12. Does that cause that to have a problem? It doesn't, does it? Rational equations, how do we feel? It's not that much different than yesterday, is it? Everybody okay? Shada boom, shada bang. Try this one. Woohoo! Yes, had this much fun since I didn't get my teeth cleaned. After I go to the dentist, I went to the dentist 2 days ago. After I go to the dentist, I never want to eat again. I don't want to put anything in my teeth again because they're nice and clean and they feel good. But of course, guess what wins out? The stomach. The stomach says, food, food, please. Mrs. Grove made me some broccoli and some chicken and some mashed potatoes last night. The mashed potatoes. You better try those Bob Evans things. You ever at the store, a little mashed potato plate, you know, put them in the microwave for like 3 minutes, stir them up, put them in for 2. They're so good. Bob Evans mashed, they are so good. Because they're like, they taste like real, and I think they kind of might be. Let's see. I'll bet one of these is X plus 4. Would you agree? And the other one's going to be what? X minus 3. All right, so there's step 1. Step 2, X cannot be what? -4, can it? All right. We're ready to go green eggs and ham. And now we have X minus 3 equals -7. I'm going to plus 3. I'm going to have X equaling -4. Uh-oh. So what does that mean? There's no solution, okay? So in layman's terms, there is no X value that could make this true. There is no value we can put in for X that would make this true. There are no numbers that work. Is this fun or what? Come on now. Yeah. How do you feel about solving these equations? Okay. You got one more in you? Thank you. One more. Where is that guy? Is he the next page? Yes, he is the next page. He is that guy right there. A little tricky at the top. That is the difference of perfect squares. You have to recognize difference of perfect squares there. Spring training is going on, isn't it? We don't have Francisco anymore, do we? You see where he was picked, that we call him Frankie for all that time. Did you read that article? I don't want to be called Frankie. Yeah. He's starting to feel LeBron-esque to me. Like, I love him and but I can't hate it after making that kind of money, I guess. I guess there is a difference between 50 million and 100 million, but 50 million is pretty good. What did you sign for?
I don't know, something crazy.
Yeah, it was real stupid, yeah. So they did sign him, or he signed him? Yeah. They gave him a long term?
I'm not sure.
I think they did. There you go. Okay, 4x squared minus 1. I know it's a little bit goofy one, but that is the difference of perfect squares. 1 times 1 is a perfect square. 4x squared would be 2x times 2x. All right? Now, careful here. Sometimes we've had some easy ones, so this one's not quite so easy to figure out what x can't be. So I'm going to plus 1. So I have 2x equals 1, then divide by 2. Okay? So x cannot be half. Is everybody okay? See that? All right, we're down to Sam I am. So we're down to 2x plus 1 equals 9. We're going to minus 1. We're down to 2x equals 8. Chicken, broccoli, and mashed potatoes last night. Divide by 2. X equals 4. Does that cause any problems here? Back up to this original problem. Does that cause any problems? We're 4. No, it doesn't. Okay. Do we have a good solution? Yeah, we do. Everybody good? Good?
Yeah.
Great. Great. We're gonna change this to odd. How's that, gentlemen and ladies? That'll knock less off. Does that feel better? So we're just gonna do a couple of odd problems, 15 through 2-9er. Some of them from last night, some of them are just a little bit what we learned today. Page, same as yesterday, I think it's 580. Can anybody confirm that for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Page 580. Thank you much.